Opportunity if the Kangaroos are on defensively to pick some of those off and score. If they don't, the Pies will put on a show.
Pretty chilly Saturday afternoon at the MCG. Collingwood looking for that 7th straight win. The Kangaroos looking for just a 2nd win of the season. And just to quieten the noise around their footy club down a little bit. Coleman Jones best on ground last week, and the VFL gets a chance. And immediately gets his hands on the footy. Uniacke stripped of it. Now he gets it. First clearance for the Roos. Positive start. High entry. Down inside 50 there. He's Goldstein. Perfect start for the Kangaroos.
There you go. And he has gone forward and kicked goals this year, but that's exactly what King was speaking about in the pre-game. You need to focus on one area. Get one area right, and that's the midfield. Clearance contest. They get their territory. Only 25 inside 50s last week. This is a really positive start.
Past Mick Martin last week for the 8th most games at the Kangaroos. Did Big Todd for the perfect start from the Kangaroos. Can he deliver it? He can. Opening goal for North Melbourne.
How positive is that? Great energy, you want effort, but that's fantastic. Davies Uniacke again. It's been a really good key. Often we see that breakaway clearance and a good, strong contested mark.
Well, he's been a clearance machine the last 6 or 7 weeks. He's been the shining light for the Kangaroos. His confidence is growing week on week. He'll step out of traffic now where he's been a bit of a blaster in the past. Just take that 30, 40 metres. But look at this. Look at the leg drive. Grab the ball and get out of there. Take that first 3 to 4 steps. Get the deep entry. Good elevation for Goldstein and the big boys to go after it. Larkey holds, protects his back. He knows Todd has dominant position. Really good team play. Team first there from Larkey. Good start, Kangaroos.
Of course, Darcy Moore not there today. Howe has come back in, but Murphy to play on Goldstein.
Howe standing deep at fullback on Larkey. Coleman Jones, Cameron, infringement in the ruck. Advantage goes away the Pies. Adams bursts out of the middle. Tries one inside 50, but Young has it covered in defence. The bright green boots on. Risky kick into the middle of the ground. Opens up for Pendlebury. Greenwood needs to be good and is. Davies Uniacke, advantage paid. Now Simpkin running through the middle. It'll come back the other way in a hurry now. Here's the Pies. Elliott, Lipinski, Mason Cox caught from behind. Good tackle. Lipinski again. Taylor at ground level. Falls out to McCreary. Dacos. Josh. Pies now with a quick response.
Fantastic. Didn't get a chance to talk about Josh Dacos. Spoke about his brother in the pre-game, but he's having a fantastic season. There's that winger, goal-kicking wingman as well. Held his width beautifully.
There's a big smother here. Come forward to smother. Big play from Maynard. That was huge. They were going inside 50. May have, in fact, been a Falcon. But there's a big fumble here from Aidan Corr. Got that ball. If he secures that, the Kangaroos are often gone through the corridor. Huge fumble. Dacos holds his width, and he's a class finisher. We know that. But that fumble there, you're relying so heavily on your senior players to be clean and show the way. Early blemish from Aidan Corr, but what a season this guy's having.
Continues on his form from last week. King goals against the Suns to get them home.
Just on Maynard there, King, he's still just trying to straighten his nose, so it was definitely a Falcon. He's still feeling his face, the poor bugger.
Ouch. Cam Mooney alongside David King, Jono Brown, Sarah Jones. Greenwood in the white long-sleeve jumper to Anderson. Drops the ball deep inside 50. Maynard in position.
Maynard on Zerha there in the deep when he plays deeper.
Good start from Greenwood. Real intensity about his clearance work, but that handball had to go back from Anderson to Greenwood. He was out into space. You get a higher quality inside 50 entry.
Cameron and Coleman Jones. And towards Spicer. Side bottom. Barrels the ball out of defence. Mason Cox and Mackay fight on the outer side. Chris picks it up at ground level. He's got a hand pulled behind him. Managed to get a kick away only as far as Bonner. Stevenson also on the long sleeves against his old side. Good contest for the footy on the outer wing. Young threw his body in at it. Greenwood again just trying to barge his way through.
Your long sleeve operator, King, back in the day.
Yeah, when you've got no definition in the arms, you wear the long sleeve as regularly as you can. Phoenix Spicer is one to watch across half forward. If Gus Gould was here, he'd be saying he's the fastest man on the planet.
Really?
He is lightning quick.
Wonderful name, Phoenix Spicer, for his first AFL goal.
Got the yellow boots too, easy to follow.
Uniacke wobbles the ball forward. There is Spicer, the number 36 for the Kangaroos. Noble playing against his dad, who's coaching the Kangaroos obviously today. Zeeble back in the side by hand. Quainer. Scott goes in hard.
What I like about this, King, is territory. So they're winning contest 3-1, the inside 50 count, but they're spending time in their forward half. This is a chance to build pressure and get some confidence up in your game.
Noble picks up the spilled ball. Little room now for Murphy. Sends it to a contest on the wing. Mackay can't get the handball across to his teammate Taylor, and it's holding the ball.
Back in his customary position of key defence, Ben Mackay playing on Mason Cox. That forward experiment didn't really work, King. Doesn't help when the ball's not coming down there.
Cox gets front position, tried to bring it in with a one hand. Pendlebury didn't take possession. Greenwood again. Stevenson drives the ball, and only as far as Rusco. Trey Rusco out of West Australia. Sees something he likes in Hoskin Elliott. He's got the runner inside bottom. Tries to create a bit of space, does very cleverly. Little chipper to Elliott was fantastic from the veteran side bottom.
Good movement there by the Pies forwards. They kept on the move, and they're good understanding of where each other was. They had good awareness. They didn't run into each other's space. Mychek ran out of the space, created that hole for Elliott to run into. Good understanding.
Playing his 10th game this season is Jamie Elliott. Wants someone to come at him. He's not got confidence to line up for a 10th goal, so chips it towards a couple of the big boys. Cameron. Stevenson had a bit of it early. Kicks it straight towards Ginnivan. Here's problems. High. The 17th time this season he's got up high holding the free kick, most in the competition.
Yeah, and that's where you've got to have discipline. It's where you've got to be smart. You know this guy's going to drop. You know that he's going to engage in a fashion that's difficult to tackle. So you've got to sit off, and when you're ready to throw the arm in to lay the tackle, it has to be perfect.
That was just genuinely high tackle. That's just a reckless tackle.
This is smart. I think this guy's so creative as a small forward. Got to embrace what he does.
Ginnivan having a wonderful year, lining up for goal number 27, and just pops it straight through the middle. So the Pies get their second. Ginnivan gets his first. And full credit to Dermot Brereton, who came into the box and told me that stat before he left the ground earlier on.
Amazing stat. Well done to you, Howie. You have the rest of the afternoon off.
It was Dermot.
So see this here, Brownie. He just drops. You've got to know he's really clever, this guy. His job is to make it hard to be tackled. Yeah. He wants the free kick.
It's a free kick every day of the week, no doubt about it. You're right. He works to the rules, but you know, like it's just a reckless tackle. You need a better technique. You need to be aware of Ginnivan there, or any player, you know, especially in that situation. You know that's going to be a free shot at goal. Very efficient, the Pies, going inside 50 the last month, especially King. Every time they go in there, got a high percentage of scoring.
Maybe they go after the peroxide here. I'm not sure, Howie.
I like it. Clearance out of the middle from the Kangaroos. Powell sends it inside 50. Good mark by the powerful Zerha, who's got the distance from here.
Looks like Maynard will have that match up, especially when he's playing as a deeper forward, Zerha.
Positive start to the game from both sides. Swirling breeze at the MCG. Zerha from just outside 50, makes good contact, makes fantastic contact. 2 goals apiece.
That's a good game of footy, King. They're really competing, both teams hard early. I'm liking North Melbourne's work at the centre clearances, especially. Able to get the territory. It's their 4th inside 50.
He provides a lot of energy, Cam Zerha. When he's on, that forward line seems to function. They have had trouble getting supply, Brownie, which you touched on earlier, but he's a real barometer, Cam Zurhaar. This is what he can do. You're not convinced if he's going to go for the mark or the crumb, and then all of a sudden it's all over. So he catches Maynard just half asleep there, not sure what he's going to do. Good finisher, had a great year, 19 goals so far this season. Just a couple of games.
Good signs early. They're winning the ground ball as well, North.
Goldstein back in his customary ruck position to Powell. Exciting young player. Ducks and dives does Goldie. Stevenson had plenty of it. Gets away from Ginnivan this time to Greenwood. Hand pass chain. Ends up in the hands of Taylor. And it's another one for the Kangaroos. They've got 3 in the first 10 minutes.
Dominating centre bounces, Key. This is where the damage is getting done. They're getting the territory. Good work there to keep that alive, because there's a couple of little half fumbles in there by North Melbourne, but they had the support. They had the runners around there, enough numbers to be able to keep the ball sort of flowing. Well done to Stevenson to recover and then keep that ball flowing forward. They just seem to want to move the ball forward a lot better today, King.
Every time Powell touches the ball, he's so creative by hand. Most of his damage is done with his handballing. He set that chain up. He set that chain in motion to take forward territory. I just can't wait to see him explode. I mean, he's a player playing with a little bit of confidence. He doesn't feel like he belongs at the moment. If he just can have 3 or 4 big weeks, who knows, in 2023 and beyond. But this is the first time the Kangaroos have kicked 2 goals, now 3, inside the starting 10 minutes of a game.
Positive start from the Kangaroos. Dave Giniaki again explodes with the legs, as David explained to us. It's a high kick inside 50. Larkey will come from behind. Zurhaar stays down. There's Spicer. Can he keep the ball in? Unfortunately not for the Kangaroos.
He came from the front position there, Davey Giniak, but he's so powerful. So he was the target player. He came from forward position, rushed around, and then he's quick enough to extricate himself from that stoppage. Looks really good early. There's Freddy Spicer on debut.
64 kilos for Phoenix. Lightly framed operator. Myercheck and Mackay on the outer side. Myercheck keeps his feet, wins the contest. Ginnivan's outnumbered, and the Kangaroos can choose, and McDonald takes the grab.
If you had to pick one bloke who's had a good year, King, you'd be that man down the half-back line, wouldn't it?
He's been very good, no doubt, Cam.
Perez forward towards Zeeble. Josh Dacos goes back by hand to Nathan Murphy. McCreary keeps the ball in. Josh Dacos again. Here's the man on debut, Josh Carmichael. Unfortunately, he's caught from behind.
It'll just take a little while to get used to the speed of the game. They've been hot early, North Melbourne.
Curtis drills the ball inside 50, but again, Murphy's back there.
The Pies are dangerous. Just work the ball slowly outside 50 if they can, then look for corridor. Become very aggressive very quickly.
Nick Dacos has to try and pick it up out of Lipinski's arms. Slid back again. Another clearance by Murphy. But Davis Uniac, who started the game really well, marks just too far out to score, you'd imagine. Squeezes it deep into the pocket. Larkey, Zurhaar, was he held? Larkey he was.
It was a good lead, Brownie.
Yeah.
It was a strong lead. He plays with a little bit of presence, this guy. He does become a focal point for all those looking to provide an entry inside 50.
Yeah, he does. I like the movement. So he's got the height, and when he extends up like that, well, there's always a chance you're going to gain a free kick there. Opposition defenders get nervous.
14 goals in the first 5 weeks, only 10 since then. To add to the further positive start from the Kangaroos, just squeezes it through, and North have kicked 4.
That's a great kick. He caressed that through, Howie. Magnificent. No banana required. So anytime you get like this, especially against a smaller defender, that arm around there, the umpire's going to pay it every time. Inside 50s, 9-2 key. Unbelievably, North Melbourne had 25 last week for the whole game against Geelong. This is great. You're winning contest and clearance. King gives you the best opportunity to get inside.
Well, the Pies are asleep at the moment. They're not ready for this battle right now. And Craig McRae be desperate to get to his troops at quarter time. It's a long way away. 11 minutes of football. Kangaroos have won 2 quarters in 6 weeks. 2 individual quarters in 6 weeks of football. So this is a great start for them. Can they build on this?
Keep an eye on Davies Uniac. He's on fire in the sweeper position there on the left-hand side.
Goldstein and Cox, beautifully tapped by Cox. Heard the voice of Adams, who wobbles the ball inside 50 towards the dangerous Ginnivan. Core, he'll track it back. He'll be under immediate pressure. Henry, McDonald's got the space and time to find Scott in the pocket. An aggressive kick to true centre-half back to Anderson. Called to go now. He looks for the corridor ball as well to Coleman Jones, the former Tiger. Good again from the Kangaroos. Now it's Young. See something out on the flank, and it's the skipper, Zeeble. Positive. Zeeble just tried to move the ball quickly. He had Curtis ahead of the footy. That's where he was looking, but Maynard was able to shut it down. Henry just threw a boot at it. Josh Dacos been in everything. Lipinski. Back to Josh Dacos. His 6th possession already. Henry. Carmichael. Inside 50 ball is good to Myercheck. Josh Carmichael. 4th pick in the mid-season draft.
They're out then too. Jack Zeeble just tried to play on probably a little bit too quickly. Got caught up in the flow. Good smother there by the Collingwood player. All of a sudden his North teammates were out.
Myercheck, long distance to snap the ball. Pretty good effort just to touch Skinny.
Yeah, put his North teammates out of position there. So
2 big smothers.
Scrambling. 2 big smothers earlier on by Maynard as well.
Good fly. He's an exciting young player, this man. Paul Curtis. He's turned it over to Noble. So the Pies just looking to get the footy in their hands. Bit of possession. As he dropped it in the Mason Cox direction, Goldstein affected the spoil. Again, it's Taylor. Little check side, and again he kicked it straight to Noble.
Didn't look.
Goes across to Adams. Pierces the ball. Elliott. Again, it's Taylor with the spoil. Power with the tackle. Anderson gets a bit of space. Look for Core. Now Bonner tight on the boundary to Core. Happy to ride the tackle and see it across the line.
Just got to be so careful bringing that ball out. Defensive 50 to Kangaroos, just dumping it out. Just looking at Jeff Walsh there. He's taking some notes. Be very impressed with what he's seeing from the Kangaroos so far. I wonder if he's moving some magnets up there, Brownie. He might have influence.
Curtis, not Taylor. Apologies. Powell. Uniac. Zeeble flies nicely over the top of Rusco.
2 good grabs early, Howie.
Good Zeeble. We're getting the 1-2 now. Larkey got a little shove from behind. Murphy. Noble. Now Howe back in the side. Mason Cox arrives late. Just gets enough of a hand on it to get to McCreery. Has a confident bounce. Streaks away on the wing. Does McCreery. And then Ginnivan. He turned Bonner inside out and led back up at the footy.
It was smart footy. He lengthened there, Jack Ginnivan. He let the play unfold. Led his man back, Aidan Bonner, back inside 50, then easy. Just turn back, lead back towards the kicker. You can't defend that. Smart play.
Well, you've got to take a body. You just can't allow the forward to lead back like that unopposed. Too easy in the end. Brilliant run from McCreery, but that was too easy. Bonner versus Ginnivan.
Ginnivan lining up for his 2nd goal already of the afternoon. And hooks that one.
Like he hit his foot. Hit the instep there.
Oh,
he's been knocked down after the footy.
See, this is the thing with Jack. He doesn't invite that. For some reason, players want to do extra things to Jack Ginnivan. I'm not sure why.
It's dumb.
Why, King?
I don't know.
Serious?
He gets more opportunity.
Kingy, sounds like Mooney's got an idea or 2 down there. Moons?
You're mucking around, aren't you, Kingy?
Moons just like hitting everyone. He wasn't selective. I mean, I just don't see the value in doing that, though, Moons.
No, not in that close. That is silly, absolutely.
Noble sends it deep. Cox and Goldstein ran into each other and allowed Mackay to take the mark uncontested.
Brownie, you highlighted that Zeeble kick smother. Really turned the game a little bit for the last 5 minutes. But the good thing for North, King, is they just haven't conceded a goal. So that's a really good thing at the moment. Just hopefully this next couple of minutes just trying a little bit of control back.
They've been solid behind the footy.
Elliott swoops on the loose ball towards the pocket. Myercheck, Mackay.
Yeah. You can just see the difference with Mackay down back. I mean, the body work there, well, it just diffuses a problem. Over the last couple of weeks, it's a lesser-ranked defender on the key pillar for the opposition. So the stability that Ben provides is important. Good to see him at full-back today.
Myercheck rucking up forward. Stevenson, Elliott, Simpkin, Powell, Carmichael. Clever hand pass to Pendlebury. McCreary squeezes an effort off, but again, it's Mackay diffusing the situation.
Just positioning. I mean, he's not the finished product. He's 45 games at full-back. You've got to master that role before you look at something else.
Rusco under height. Larkey managed to bring it to ground. Spicer, footy ripped out of his hands. Dacos wobbles it forward. Elliott, Mackay, they both go to ground. Collingwood fans starting to get a touch vocal on the outer side in the Shane Warne stand.
Good signs with Larkey. What I like, King, is that Nick Larkey getting to work. So you see up there in the back half, providing an option for his teammates coming out of defence. That's how he has to build his game. A young key forward, arguably a free kick there.
Bonner, cut off by Pendlebury, just swooped on it, dished it to Ginnivan, kicked the goal. Jack's got two. And a bit of push and shove with Stevenson as well. Right in each other's face in front of the crowd. It's getting a bit heated now. Against his old side, Stevenson didn't like what he got.
Scott Pendlebury was amazing here. He just sees the play unfold. It's hardly a heavyweight battle, Ginnivan versus Stevenson, I wouldn't have thought, Brownie, but just have a look at the work there from Pendlebury to see where it's going ahead of time. I'm not sure this would be a main event contest, but it starts a little bit of feeling, and I think the Pies needed that. They need an investment in this game. Really lethargic first 15 minutes. They've lifted in the last 5, as Cam Mooney said, but that man there is proving a handful.
Remember, Jaden Stevenson was once in Jack Ginnivan's position.
Yeah.
He was that man for Collingwood.
Small forward, 14th game, 28 goals for the season, Ginnivan.
What a big year.
Huge year. Collingwood starting to get their hands on the footy more inside 50. Saturday afternoon football on Fox. Adams.
Getting clean centre breaks now, Collingwood.
This time through Crisp. Mark Payne. More free kick either way to Cameron.
Yeah, the ball seemed to just drop short a bit. I was surprised Mackay gave him that much rope, Darcy Cameron, but I think he was expecting that ball to come in longer and higher from Taylor Adams. From Jack Crisp, sorry. It was on his opposite foot, so it did drop short a little bit.
Curtis, go right out, please. 15 gone.
12 goals in the season so far has Darcy Cameron, traded by Sydney back in 2019. He's playing some good footy in the absence of Grundy. To make it 2 in a row for Collingwood. Struck it well. Has he got the distance?
A good crack at it, Bonner.
Collingwood hit the lead.
So what's happened in the last 5 or 10 minutes, King, is North Melbourne started losing centre bounces, started losing the clearances. So now North Melbourne are putting pressure on them. They're getting into their forward half. 5-1 the inside 50s in the last 5 minutes, putting North Melbourne's defence under pressure, especially at centre bounce where it's 6v6. That's where they've got to get back on track now. They started the game really well, North Melbourne, with their territory game, 9-2 the inside 50 count. off the back of really Davies Uniacke's dominance from centre bounce. They've lost that in the last 5 to 10 minutes. Need to get that back on track, starting with Todd Goldstein here.
Dacos 7 disposals. Davies Uniacke leads all with 8 for the Kangaroos. And a couple of clearances out of the middle. Trying to get another one now to Anderson. Left foot ball forward. Coleman Jones, Murphy assumes front position. Curtis on the bottom of the pack. Zerha ridden into the ground.
Okay, this is good. So North Melbourne inside 50.
Keep your eyes on Little Phoenix here. Try and get busy at forward 50 stoppages. Try and get a block.
He's got it.
Near genius from you, King. You got the block, just didn't quite get the right player.
No, yeah.
Wrong player.
Well, this is Todd Goldstein, who understands this situation more than most. Played 300 games of AFL football, or just short of 300. He knew it was his free kick. He knew what was happening.
Kicked the opening goal of the match. He started it full forward.
Enjoy the skills of Nick Dacos here.
Walking around before the game with no shoes on out on the ground. They call it earthing, King.
Earthing.
Connects you.
Yeah.
You and Earther back in the day before a big game.
Largely because I couldn't afford shoes.
We weren't allowed to wear sunglasses on the Dennis, let alone no shoes.
Come on, Dennis. That's Josh Dacos. Searing a ball towards Elliott in the pocket. One end to the other. Football from the Pies. He centres it to Cox. Just too much on it. Had them cold there. Ginnivan, he's already got 2. Picks it up, goes back to Josh Dacos. He sends it all the way to the square. Cameron, Mackay, Goldstein with a fist.
See, that's good, though, isn't it? The Pies in flow are as good as any team to watch. When they go coast to coast, you know, the hardest thing to do is score from a kick out in the AFL game, and they do it consistently.
They do use the boundary pretty well, King, don't
Yeah.
they? Or that wing line. They do move quick through that area.
Attractive game of football so far. Simpkin tried to get it to his teammate Davies Uniacke.
It's a good battle, this, in the clearances. Kangaroos lead 9-8. Kangaroos had the ascendancy early, and the Pies have fought back.
Spills free. Simpkin. That side of the foot kick towards Taylor.
Great effort.
Into Curtis Taylor. Zeeble. Runners forward to the footy. One of those is Young. Curtis sets himself from behind. Nick Dacos stays down. Gets the ground ball. Noble, jeez, knocked into a teammate. That was nasty. He was in mid-air and he was pushed right into Rusco.
It's almost like a mid-air tunnel.
The ball was still in. Anyway.
Mason Cox as well in the ruck contest. Here's Phoenix Spicer. Darts through one tackle, goes the other way. McCreary had his measure. Noble brought to ground as well. Good physical contest.
See the movement there from Phoenix? That's
Yes.
what the Kangaroo fans are going to enjoy for a long period of time. He's just starting to find his feet. If he can hit the scoreboard, Brownie, this guy will light up. He's such a good player to watch.
42 in the 2020 draft. The beautifully named Phoenix Spicer.
That was Josh Dacos.
He's
10th
killing it.
disposal.
He's completely owning the wing at the moment, Brown, isn't he?
Yeah, he's on fire.
McDonald walks onto his left foot. Waiting and taking the mark was Curtis Taylor. Cox just put the big frame in front of Coleman Jones.
Zerha stiffed up to get a free kick. He was taken out of the contest early by Quaynor.
Down towards Cameron, but it's Young standing up strongly in front.
Mason Cox just blocking that down the line kick. Great positioning.
In this contest now, comes to ground. Zerha shrugs a tackle. Curtis trying to see something inboard. No, will just goes straight off the ground. Davis Uniacke hit it with a big chest, steps through, gives it across to Simpkin. Left foot snap. Just drifts wide. Cameron Mooney.
Just seeing Bonner down here at the moment, guys, getting some work done on him. To his left shoulder, he's just going through some range of motion. Looks like he's about to go down now and get a double check, maybe get that one strapped.
Thanks, Cam. Cox had an arm held. His confidence in a first-year player to bring the ball in from full-back consistently like the Pies do with Nick Dacos, Kingy.
Awesome. I love it. And this is what it creates. It creates this sort of movement here.
Now Rusco accelerates on the footy out to Ginnivan. He's kicked 2 in the first term. He's in front of Perez. Squeezes it back on the left towards the man that gave it to him. Rusco, he's clean bowled. Now Larkey. Carmichael on debut.
Doing a hell of a lot of work, Nick Larkey, defensively. I'm not sure I want my big key forward having to run and chase the small blokes like he is. I'd like to see some of his smaller teammates get up there and do a bit of the grunt work.
Trey Rusco, a good old-fashioned mullet. Hands it towards Cox. Just got underneath the footy. Another possession for Josh Dacos. It was a flying boot in the air from the number 7.
Having enormous trouble bringing the ball out of the defensive 50, the Kangaroos. This is brilliant by the Pies.
Cameron Crisp. Henry releases the footy out to Ginnivan. Called to play on. Tackle did seem to drift high as he fell to ground.
See, if he ducks like that and is taking the tackle, that should be his prior opportunity. So once he drops his body like that, looking for the free kick, if you lay the perfect tackle, that should be dropping the ball.
Do you reckon the umpire allowed it because he got the handball out when he hit the ground?
Yeah. In
Maybe
theory, it's too late.
For the doubt.
Yeah.
Squeezed out of the hands of Simpkin. Congested situation.
Good tackle, though. I mean, this is the discipline we're talking about. You've got to go low. See how low he's driving? He's putting his head and shoulder right where you're looking to tackle, the motion that's coming at you.
Yeah, I'd be happy with holding the ball there. I tend to agree, King. Once you drop your weight or drop your body height, you should lose prior opportunity.
Good contest, this. Just got to stay strong here. The Kangaroos back 6 for
David
15 seconds.
David Noble will be wrapped. You know, Craig McRae will be disappointed in his team's first 5 or 10 minutes, but they've been able to fight back.
Stevenson, Davis Uniacke out towards Perez. Taylor tries to get it away from... Curtis tries to get it away from Quainer. That is the end of the first term. All square, 4-2 apiece. Goldstein's had a couple of opportunities. He's kicked 1. Ginnivan has kicked 2 for the term. And an entertaining first term.
That early especially, it wasn't until Mason Cox came into the ruck and helped turn the game back in Collingwood's favour, but great to see the contest work by North Melbourne early.
Cox, Goldstein, Anderson. Another centre clearance for Davis Uniacke again. He takes that couple of steps to get the deep entry. Zeebel's underneath the footy. Big fish from behind is Howe, Maynard. Just works his way through traffic. Piercing ball to Elliott was fantastic.
See, that was good play there from Maynard. To step through traffic like that, set this play alight.
Adams' kick only goes as far as McDonald. He wants to use the corridor. And Powell to Larkey, who's roamed far and wide this afternoon. Gives it back to Powell. Forced to kick under a little bit of pressure. Clean bowls. Quainer falls to Zeeble. And a perfect start for the Kangaroos. The skipper bags his first, and the Kangaroos take the lead.
He's been good, Zeeble. First game back from injury there. Jack Zeeble, 7 disposals. I've liked Larky's work up the ground as well, King.
Tom Powell, I know I'm going to talk about him all day, okay? This is a kid that's only played 11 games, or his 12th game of AFL footy. He understands here he doesn't have time. He gets a handball from Larky, and he just says, this has got to go in, and just dump kicks it in. that awkward ball is all you need as a forward. The chaos ball is proving as effective as the perfect little 9-iron to give the forwards an opportunity to launch. He's had, Powell, so far this game, just 7 disposals, but 3 of those have become scores. He is a critical component of this football club going forward.
The chaos ball doesn't allow intercept marks,
yeah,
which Collingwood are strong at. I know Darcy Moore's not there today, but certainly an area of the game that they are strong at.
Craig McRae spoke about at the start of the game, North Melbourne want to use that ball through the midfield, Kingy. They have done it so well today at the moment. They've talked about it, they've practiced probably defending it, but right now they're not doing it that well in the game.
Anderson with a clever little boot. Davis Uniacke shrugs one tackle, somehow releases it after the second tackle. Goldstein now's got Crisp right on his hammer. Collingwood continuing to bring the pressure in the middle.
Gee, good heat in there, and the Pies have responded. They know what's happening at centre bounce. That's the only way the Kangaroos are scoring, really.
Talk about the tackling pressure. Davis Uniacke went one way and the other, and Adams said no.
You can't knock their pressure. They've had over 20 tackles, Collingwood.
Dishes it to Maynard. Confidently takes a bounce. Does Braden. Sizes up options. Left foot wobbler. It's touched. Elliott's at the front of the pack. Rides the tackle from Young.
It's a good play by Young, just to keep an eye on where Jamie Elliott was. He was rushing back to goals, and he was going to turn back and come back towards the kicker. Good defending.
Pretty good crowd too at the MCG. Henry, handballs to space. Kai's got Bonner, looks like he's got that left shoulder taped up now. After the incident in the first. Cor's got time. Just casually strolls out of defence.
This is the area they struggled in, King, just to bring the ball out of defence.
It's a gutsy kick from Lazaro, but it's pinpoint. He picked the right man in Goldstein. Good footy from the Kangaroos. Opens it up on both sides now for Stevenson. Looks inside for Larkey. All a result of that gutsy kick inboard.
Yeah, we talked about that kick, didn't we, King? It's worked so well for North today.
Absolutely. Well done there. Well, that's one of the few times that, the back half of that first quarter, King, it had been a struggle for North Melbourne to get out of their defence. That was good movement, obviously, a great kick by Lazaro, but then they quickly flicked the handball on. And I've really liked Larkey's work rate, King. Early in the year, at times, he'd struggle trying to get the ball in too deep. He's getting up the ground and working hard early.
Right on 50. It's a low ball from Larkey. It's got the coverage. Rye Grin. He's kicked his second. North have got 2 in a row, and all of a sudden, 2 goals in front.
Well, David Noble's all about playing corridor. So if you're going to lose your job, Brownie, lose it playing your way.
Yep.
And I think there's some bravery in this. He's still preaching to these troops. This is how I want to play. Stick to it. If it works, it'll work big. And if it fails, it might fail big too. But at least play my brand of football. And that's been the message. It's been consistent. You may not like the way they play, and a lot don't. And I'm not a massive fan for that sort of kick because the cost, if you get it wrong, is too big. But if you're going to score from it, it can fuel the fire. There's a bit of energy about what the Kangaroos are doing today.
Couple of goals for Larkey. His 25th and 26th goals of the season. Against Cox, going the way of Goldstein. Doing nice in the ruck. And delay the hand pass. Ignores Simpkin to Davis Uniacke. It was clever. Another inside 50 entry. Larkey's in position again. Battles with Murphy. Dacos. Maynard. Howe. Under pressure from Zeeble. Kicks it off the instep. To a contest on the wing. McDonald mops up. Sends it back the other way.
It's a small thing, Howie, but the Crummers are just getting too close to the marking contest. The ball is being walked out.
Taylor to Curtis. Explain what you're talking about, David.
Well, see there, Paul Curtis, he's not meant to be a marking target option there. He's a crummer in that situation. So he actually shouldn't be where he is taking the mark. That should be a key position role. Brownie, you speak more about that than I, but that ball there goes to your key position targets. All the crummers are actually flying for the mark. So if they lose possession there, Collingwood walk the ball out because there's no front line of defence. He's taken the mark. Full credit to him. See if he can kick the goal.
Came into the side in round 6 after a nice couple of games in the VFL. just strikes it beautifully. Kangaroos have got 3 in a row. They lead by 3 goals at the MCG.
Yeah, well done. Great finish. Ultimately, it's the right decision by Curtis in the end, though, because Zeeble was taken out, so he did need to come forward and contest that mark, which he did do. Good play there. Shorter kick there by McDonald. And Taylor just goes in there. So you just see Zeeble working back. He looked like he was going to be the one to fly, but Quaynor took him out.
And that Nick Dacos there now, we've lauded Nick Dacos all year for his offensive work. He needs to diffuse that problem. He has to fly there and drive a fist into the marking opportunity for Curtis. If he doesn't complete the spoil, well, so be it. But that was his time to shine.
6 changes into this Kangaroos side this week. And they lead it by 3 goals with the opening 3 of the second term. Collingwood fans are touch quiet at the MCG at the moment. Can they respond through Adams? Kai got an important hand on it. Cox applied the tackle. Crisp threw it out as best he could. Adams again, good tackle, really good tackle. Anderson got the arm. Taylor. Well-weighted ball for Young. Curtis streams by, ignores that option. 50-metre ball towards Larkey. Elliott, Howe flew from behind. It's a free kick for Cameron. Here is Nick Dacos to Howe. Quaynor. Lipinski.
Dacos does that well, just building out defence.
Sets himself for Cox. Hoskin Elliott was in perfect position. Somehow got it towards side bottom. He's got Adams inboard. Danger here for the Kangaroos. Loops it back to Hoskin Elliott. Dragged down. Did he have the football? Umpire said play on. Simpkin. Pies fans not enjoying what they're seeing there. Scott.
Well, Collingwood are in this game on ball movement, and the Kangaroos are out toughing them at the moment. It's as simple as that. If the Pies don't respond in tight at clearance and in contest, they'll drop this game.
Coleman Jones. Quaynor kept his feet. Rare fumble from Nick Dacos. Now Lazaro. Anderson sweeping forward ball. Simpkin. He's got McDonald. Gets around Myercheck. Spreading them wide now through Core. All the way across the ground. Taylor, good build-up from the Kangaroos. Here's the important kick. Larkey, Murphy with a fist. Josh Dacos sets a task for Maynard, and he's up to it. Was the ball marked? It was.
Here they go again. They've been seriously good at this, Collingwood, all year. They'll stay wide, Brownie, as you said.
It's the line they take.
14th disposal for Josh Dacos. To Elliott. Now Crisp.
They do it so well. The Pies, the way they build up this through this wing line, almost past the sponsors logo there.
The lead has come to Crisp. Ginnivan's in the hole through his hands. Myercheck. Ginnivan still in the right area. Young. Adams. Underground hand pass. Greenwood started the game really well. Bonner. Anderson. Another one for Josh Dacos to Crisp. But it favours the Kangaroos. McDonald just marks on his chest.
That's where Zerha's got to get better. He just can't be a one-effort player. The ball bobbling around like that, second effort's got to be better.
Well, ball movement's been better this quarter, King, out of defence.
Larky's got Coleman Jones deep. That's the area they head now. Big man fly against each other. Goldstein was there as well. Dacos arcs the back. Howe, side bottom. Well done by Larkey. He's everywhere at the moment. He's Nick Larkey. Side bottom throws him to the ground. Pendlebury and Howe. Cox gets to the front. Mackay does well to bring it to ground level. Greenwood gets the arms up. Pressure game now. The Pies are under the pump. They trail by 3 goals. Simpkin.
High energy too, Howie. The ball is in motion for a long period of time now. So one of these teams will crack. It's a real arm wrestle now. Can you hang on defensively? Don't allow the opposition to sneak through. Energy levels will be down on the players. They'll be struggling with the road. Obviously, the players will be looking for a rotation.
Pendlebury getting the free kicking game number 349 for the Collingwood superstar. Mackay drops into the hole. Got the answers at the moment, the Kangaroos defensively, Brownie.
Yeah, they do. They're holding up well. They're going back at the Pies. Both teams just breaking down when they go inside 50.
Zerha, front position, strong grab, contested.
8-1 contested marks, North Melbourne.
They drive it deep again, Zeeble. Larkey goes one way, goes the other. Josh Dacos. Now there's some space for the Pies to run it out of defence. Kick needs to be good to Mychek. Doesn't let it down. Gee, that's a good mark.
Wow.
Bonner sits on him, but it was good hands.
That's a serious mark. If he fumbles that mark or the spoil achieves its goal, he's going to reverse this. Yeah, high contact. If he spilled that ball, the Kangaroos had 4 on 1.
To Davis-Uniacke, winds up the high ball inside 50. Zerha flies, falls towards Simpkin. Can he make it 4 in a row for the Kangaroos? Doesn't get the bounce.
And that's the difference right now between Simpkin and Davis-Uniacke. You can see the high fend here. He's just looking for contact and just catches him high. Yeah, soft free kick reversal really, but no need to do it. Simpkin needs to drive the leg, straighten the body, drive through the goal.
Crowd well and truly invested now. Greenwood, Davis-Uniacke, another possession. Coleman-Jones runs into traffic. Powell, Pendlebury, McCreery. A couple of pigeons got in the way of that one. Young. Greenwood fumbles it forward. Zeeble comes out. Dishes it cleverly to Young. Another chain of hand pass. They go back the other way. Carmichael. Powell trying to think his way through something clever to Lazaro. Coleman-Jones has had enough. He just boots it all the way to the goal square. Falls to a dangerous position. Murphy. Great exit to Josh Dacos. He can run if he wants. He's got Quaynor inboard. Just stops and props and finds him. Good game of football.
This is
Picking
great.
around.
The ball's in motion the whole time. So you look at the midfielders, they're really paddling out there from both teams. They're looking for a spell. They're desperately crying out for a couple of stoppages.
Quaynor to Cox. Floats across.
Well, they've held the Pies goalless for 25 minutes of footy. That hasn't happened in a while at the Kangaroos this year, Brownie. Big challenge now.
Target was Cameron.
Thanks, guys.
3 goals for the term. All the way the Kangaroos. Zeeble, Larkey with his second, and Curtis. It was all square at quarter time. Kangaroos have eked it out to a 19-point margin. Pendlebury. Slick to Josh Dacos again. Now Noble. He's got different colour boots on. Sends it inside 50 to Mackay.
Been good. He's been really good down back as the key pillar. That's his 4th intercept mark for the day. Makes such a difference with your prime fullback in form like this. There he is there. Dangerous ball. That coming in. Pies, contested markers everywhere.
Controlling the airways, King, North Melbourne at the moment.
Perez's kick is cut off by Howe. This is Pendlebury. He looks for the corridor to Noble, the man in 2 different colour boots.
So we either found one or lost one, Howie, I'm not sure.
What's going on? He ran into a teammate. Worked his way through traffic though. Well read by Lazaro in front of Josh Dacos. Fended off the tackle. Now Curtis. There's that aggressive corridor ball right on the AFL logo. Noble. Greenwood. Important footy to be won here. Stevenson gets a handle on it. They come to him from behind. Goes to Zeeble. Kangaroos with a bit of belief. Powell got it off the instep. Missed opportunity to Howe.
He went to give it to the runner and he realised it was the ruckman. Don't handball to the ruckman.
Hoskin Elliott has got further run from Adams.
They're out.
He can keep it in. Carmichael's free inside 50, the debutant. They go for the experienced Pendlebury. Carmichael still floating around inside. Cameron from behind. Ginnivan arrives. Young.
Ben Mackay's playing a great game.
Taylor in the dive is Curtis.
Curtis.
Yeah, he's been terrific, Paul Curtis. His
Yeah,
work rate
right.
as a half forward, working right up the field, then right back deep. I know he's put himself in marking contests, which I'm not sure the coach is exactly after, but his work rate's first
It's
class.
impressive though. At least Kingy gets up the ground and he gets back inside 50.
Even the
Lord.
effort down here, King. Sorry, Brownie. Even the effort from North Melbourne, King. You just got to be so proud of the effort they're giving so far compared to what we've seen over the last few weeks.
Yeah, for sure.
Curtis gave it back to Taylor, who unfortunately gave it to Maynard.
It was this period in the first term, though, where Collingwood responded and were able to kick 2 quick goals. So this arm wrestle that's happening right now is the game. If the Kangaroos can get the next goal, puts a serious gap.
Josh Dacos, 18 disposals. Next is Nick Dacos with 13 for the Pies. Davies Uniac, 16 for the Kangaroos. Now Maynard, powerful style footballer. Sends it down towards Henry, but always in best position was McDonald, who just calm it down, boys.
Yeah, Collingwood went with a different tempo then. They tried to slow the ball down and build it up. A little bit more measured approach, but still didn't work. So the defence been very good, North Melbourne, this quarter.
Good year, Luke McDonald. Would be leading the best and fairest after about 8 weeks. Davies Uniac after that's probably staking a claim.
Curtis wants someone to come towards him. Mr. Goldstein, who's got Quainer for the matchup. Simpkin, Zerha.
Just need to find another 1, 2, 3 handballs. Pies are well set up behind the ball. You'd expect that from Pendlebury.
They look good when they use the ball by hands, North Melbourne. So they need to look to that.
Now did well there. He's under pressure. Lipinski, good use of the body by Steele's side bottom. Gets away from Scott. Now he's got Adams. So they bring it down the outer wing. Adams back in by hand to side bottom. Approaches 50. Touches it on the ground. Sends it long. Sends it deep. Sends it home. Much needed goal for the Pies.
Well, who do you go to when you're in trouble? Pendlebury across half-back was brilliant with the intercept mark. He flicked it out the other side and they were gone at speed. And this guy has done it for the best part of 15 years. Clever use there, the follow-up run, split from his defender, who's playing a tagging role today, it must be said. A go everywhere with side-bottom opportunity, and that's a big finish. He's all class, this guy. I don't know how he keeps on doing what he's doing, Brownie.
Yeah, he's playing out the wing this year, King. So got some handy wingmen. Dacos on the other side. Just changed their method, the way they built the ball up. King, they've been trying to attack North Melbourne one way. It hasn't quite worked, but Pendlebury decided to change it up. He goes for that switch, aggressive kick into the other side of the ground, gets the side bottom, and they build up and kick the goal.
280th game today. He'll be the most popular 300 gamer of all time next year.
Adams. Crisp, Young, good contest. Right in the middle of the MCG. Kangas will win it through Anderson. Back towards Young, who created the contest in the first place. Looks into the pocket towards Zerha, Murphy. Curtis with the tackle alongside Zerha.
See, that's better. That's where you want your forwards, that are crummers in front, ball spills, then the first line of defence arrives. Collingwood have bounced out too easy in this first half.
There's King's man, Spicer.
Free kick in the ruck.
Oh.
Cox doesn't like it.
Which way is it going? Kangaroos.
Well, he did signal one way, the umpire, and he's changed it.
Todd's got 2 of these so far. it's just, they're so technical. Who's actually shepherding who, or who's blocking who out of the ruck? Because the ball's about to land where Cox is. So I don't know if that's considered shepherding.
No way. It's a shocking decision.
Goldstein kicked the opener of the match. He missed a similar opportunity. Doesn't miss this time. Kangaroos back out to 19 points to a chorus of boos at the MCG.
And you can understand the boos as well. He's just protecting the drop zone, really. So look at Mason Cox. So he's got every right there to take into that position where the ball's going to land on his head.
It's all in the eyes. It's hard to see with the glasses on, but you can see his vision goes off the flight of the ball to Goldstein. Yeah, back to the ball, back to Goldstein.
But that is not a marking.
It's a tell.
It's not a. Yeah, I know, but it's not a marking contest. So ruck contests are judged differently to marking contests. The ruckmen are allowed to look at each other more so than what they are in a marking contest. That's why I reckon he should be given the benefit of the doubt. I think that's just old-fashioned trying to block your position and protect where the drop zone is.
Well, he's got 2 opportunities at goal. Todd, they'd want to fix that up quickly, the Pies.
2 to Goldstein, 2 to Larkey, 2 to Ginnivan. Crisp. Now gets a handle. Elliott. Wrong footed, but managed to get it to Hoskin Elliott, who accelerates away. And look for Carmichael inside 50.
Well done by Bonner there. Get the fist in.
All square. Quarter time. North pick the first 3 of the term and lead it by 19 points. Anderson, Simpkin. Zaha! Flies from the back. Crunched a teammate, but took a hanger.
Poor Nick Larkey.
Oh, right in the back of the head.
They're meant to be mates.
Played well, Luke McDonald. As is this guy, Ben Mackay, has been fantastic. Shouldn't have been a lot better this quarter, King, North Melbourne, just being able to get the ball out of defence.
See, this is what happens when you threaten corridor. So now Collingwood have got to cover that corridor lane, and you get some easy ball out wide.
Anderson towards Goldstein. He's already kicked 2, Big Todd.
Contested marks, 13 to 3.
Yeah, and this guy, he's working over Cox and Cameron at the moment and charging. He's causing some confusion here. There's a little bit of a committee meeting there inside the defensive 50 as to what role the wingman should have played. Been a long time since the Kangaroos have asked these questions, Howie.
Can Todd pose another one? From a 45-degree angle on the left boot. Really gave it an opportunity. He's kicked 2 goals too now, the big man.
He's been fantastic, Howie. Todd Goldstein throughout the game.
A real threat up forward, side bottom. Hoskin Elliott marks in front of Davis Uniac. The umpire saying stay out to Adams. Pies looking to pinch a late one. Adams just has to go high towards Cameron.
Luke McDonald really getting involved in all those contests back there. He's played a really good quarter.
Lazaro caught with a football.
Just can't get through Collingwood at the moment. Haven't been able to hit the scoreboard in this second quarter much at all. Very strong North Melbourne defence, getting back and supporting each other. Defenders are laying off to help each other really well.
Simpkin, Powell. There's that handball that David King highlighted a couple of times. Spicer outside of the foot kick. And Howe just used his body on the stationary Zaha. Still time to come back the other way, Collingwood. Adams for possession number 15. It's a good one to Crisp. Here's the important kick. Cameron Cox to deep. Cox wants it, ignore it. He leads a second and third time. Chris plays on around the mark, kicks it low, only as far as Zeeble. Kinnaman's on the ground. Paying 50. Zeeble charge forward, 19 seconds on the clock. Still a chance for the Kangaroos. They need to move the ball quickly. Powell's running out of time. Goes inside 50. Larkey brings it to ground. Curtis, Larkey goes again. Maynard gets him. Six seconds on the clock. Pies hanging on desperately. Big turn for the Kangaroos. Jack Zeeble pumping his team up. Noble, he's happy with what he's seen, the coach. It's a 4-goal-to-1 term the way of the Kangaroos. It was square at quarter time. At half-time, North Melbourne, with only one win all season, lead Collingwood by 20 points. Not in there constantly still. Is it because he's more valuable off half-back?
Yeah, I think he's almost all-Australian across half-back this year, and they're trusting others, part of the development program.
David King telling you what's going to happen on Fox before it occurs. So Pendlebury goes in the middle. Big deficit for the Pies to work their way back into. Ball comes to ground. Simpkin attacks it hard, breaks the Ginnivan tackle. Just Young puts his head over the foot. He might have got one high.
Best game I've seen this bloke play, Kingy. There's been a couple of question marks, but he's been that tough today.
Yeah, spot on, Moons.
Larkey in position. Hassled away from it. Curtis at ground level to Spicer. Larkey again. He's kicked a couple in the first half. Anderson to Taylor now. Touched ball. Murphy needs to get rid of it. Heard the call late to Noble. Immediately caught by a couple of tacklers in the heat. He's right on at the start of the second half as John O'Brown's made his way upstairs.
Yeah, absolutely. So they need to start to get some work around this, some ascendancy around these contests. Darcy Cameron's the man that has to lift.
Hacked off the ground from Maynard. Ginnivan started the game with 2 goals in the first quarter, pretty quiet in the second.
Yeah, they clamped him. North Melbourne have been a lot better in that second quarter, King, behind the football. Their setup was fantastic. I thought Luke McDonald was terrific, sort of working as that floating defender, getting over and supporting the contest that was required. Ben Mackay's had a fantastic first half.
Wobbled ball inside 50. Spicer tries to create something. Big fist away by the Pies defenders. Pendlebury, basketball tapped it to Lipinski. His hurried kick only got as far as Stevenson. Now Scott swoops on the loose ball. Sends it forward. Larkey again in the contest. Claims the mark, 2-on-1.
It's been a demolition in the air. 14-4, the inside, the contested marks, King. So wow. Sometimes, you know, if there's 2 or 3 difference, it doesn't really matter. But this is a real shellacking in the air. It's making a difference when they hit the scoreboard.
Got to take these half opportunities now, the Kangaroos.
Goal in the first term for Larkey. Goal in the second term for Larkey. Goal in the third term for Larkey. The Kangaroos out to a game-high 26-point margin.
Well, really good work here to harass Pendlebury. Great tap there to Lipinski. Great chase, run down from Taylor. And then you get the opportunity on turnover when the opposition are a little bit out of sorts in terms of their structure. A big one-on-one with support arriving, but it was just a fraction late. That chase down tackle there, that creates the goal. Good kick in terms of the location from Scott. Huge time here, this next 5 minutes in this game. 26 points, as you said, Howie. It's a big lead. The Pies need to respond. This is sliding fast.
David Noble would be absolutely wrapped. After half-time, his teams were not responded, but they just came out and continued on the same intensity they had in that first half. They knew Collingwood were going to throw everything at them.
Big clearance coming up here. Pendlebury's gone into the middle. Davis Uniacke's been doing it all day. Crisp, there is Pendlebury. Clamps down. Goldstein, they'll come again now. Powell, Anderson. Larkey again on the lead.
Yeah, love that. And lowered the eyes as well. The kick was magnificent. Good push off there by Larkey. Not much Howe can do about that. Didn't just blaze away, though. better entries inside 50. It wasn't a strong point of North Melbourne's in the second quarter.
15 gone.
Great kick there by Anderson.
Huge kick as far as the game's concerned for Larkey. Just inside the paint of 50. Just hooks it.
Loved his work rate though, Howie. Nick Larkey gets to work, and that's important for that. A big key forward like him. He's got a good endurance, good work rate. Get to work, get up the field, ask some questions of your defender that's playing on you, and you just got to go back and finish.
Roamed far and wide as Larkey with his 3 goals. Spicer, Noble, Cameron. Cox was caught behind the fall of the ball. Anderson slotted into the hole. All the attacking early in the second half. The Kangaroos. Goldstein. Here is Spicer. Squaring ball is dangerous. Curtis underneath it. Crisp over the top.
There's that targeted player again, being Curtis. But that's a big man role there, Brownie. That's got to be Larkey hitting that pack hard. Crumb is crumb. Get front and square. All out of sorts with your rolls, and you pay a price.
Lipinski, Quainer.
Move outside 5. Outside 5.
Why is he going to have to play a little bit braver than this in the second half to really
slowed down
smarten
their,
it?
they've looked better when they've moved the ball quickly, haven't they?
Stand.
Setting up well behind the footy though, North Melbourne King. They've been very impressive from quarter time onwards, the way they've been organised.
Hoskin Elliott towards Cox. Strong grab. Immediately just walks back as if he's going to load up and bang it through.
Need to look around though, because he had Josh Dacos on the far side.
Misses the option now, which was Adams. Goes back inboard to Pendlebury. Rare fumble. Simpkin clearing ball. Curtis, crisp, side bottom off the ground. Falls into a little gap. Out the back, Myercheck. Oh, the big spin. And good finish too, that was. Darcy Cameron moved like a small man and nailed a much-needed goal for the Pies.
Well, it's the slowest spin I've ever seen, but it was beautiful. It was magnificent. He assessed the situation really quickly.
My dance moves,
I haven't, you're right. And nor do I want to. But have a look at this. Bang, good spin, big man. Big ball to win. He's lowered his colours in the first half to Goldstein. Operation Fight Back well underway. It's a big ball.
That was good though by side bottom. Just whack it in there. It's a random ball, chaos ball going in there. Creates confusion amongst the defence. Oh, look at that for a spin. Bit of line dancing there, King.
That's what they needed. They needed a spark. He's gone into the middle now to take the centre bounce tap work, Darcy Cameron.
And finally contested marking to Collingwood. So Mason Cox takes one there. They're able to go forward, get a goal out of it.
Now into the ruck against Coleman Jones. Simpkin steps Pendlebury. Coleman Jones again. Perez off half back. Big fist from Howe. Now towards Carmichael on debut. Lipinski. Greenwood's got his measure.
Turns on Craig McRae's face there. We haven't seen him this stressed for a while.
He's pretty relaxed.
Noble wins it well. Gets away from Lazaro. Sets a task to Hoskin Elliott. He's got Stevenson right in his tail. Stevenson now assumes front position. Gets it towards Scott. Can he get it back towards Stevenson? Noble. Champ himself, Brent Harvey, down on the bench.
His young son broke his arm this morning in underage football. He's up for the national draft this year. It's the second time this year he's broken the same arm.
That's Boomer's young fellow,
Cooper
is it?
Harvey, yep.
If you're watching Coop, we hope you're up and running really, really soon. Ginnivan, oh, risky to Crisp. He might send it back the other way here. No, Chris does really well. Won his own footy after a bit of an issue. Hoskin Elliott, Stevenson somehow gets boot to ball. Simpkin got one across the shoulder. Lipinski tries to push the ball forward. Simpkin just steps out of traffic wonderfully well and goes to Zeeble. He's got some space, so he just launches with the Sharon Lazaro.
Oh.
A couple of pies run into each other. Howe is down and hurt. Murphy's taking a while to get to his feet. We'll come back to that because the Kangaroos are running in towards an open goal. Maynard with an important fist. Here comes Larkey again for his fourth. Kicks the goal. Players down everywhere. Larkey with a fourth.
Well, that's an unbelievable effort, Howie, because he was involved in that contest where Howe came crashing back into Murphy. He was the meat in the sandwich, Larkey, but he kept his feet and he kept at it.
This is a car crash, this. Jeremy Howe's bravery here is just ridiculous. Coming back with the flight, is it Murphy, is it? That is ridiculous courage. Unfortunately, the player that he cleaned up was his teammate, Jeremy Howe. Oh, that is just crazy brave. And there's Larkey, keeps his feet, as you said, Brownie. And they think their way through this really well. And credit to Maynard for getting a hand in there to stop the easiest of goals. But well done by Larkey to recover. He's on today.
Howe and Murphy have both stayed out on the ground.
Amazing clash.
Oh. Murphy looked dazed immediately afterwards.
Now, we need to look at these centre bounces, King. So +7, North Melbourne. +9 for the game in clearances. This is where the damage is getting done. So Collingwood are always having to launch from their defensive half. They just had no forward territory. Again, another centre bounce lost.
Davis Uniac with another centre clearance. Drives the ball down to Howe, who's back to his best with a big fish from behind. Dacos, Zerhard, Dacos, Adams, the Pies right under the pump here at the moment. Adams has to go back the other way to Howe again. Tries to shrug the tackle. They're under pressure all around the ground at the moment. Collingwood now, they've got some space. Josh Dacos looks towards Henry. Hasn't been a factor so far. McCreary streaking through on the outer side. And as far as Bonner, Core, and the Kangas have got the answers. Taylor recovers the short ball from Larkey. Cameron streets out, wants to play on immediately. Chain of hand past the big man. Goes to Lipinski. He sends it forward now. Elliott's out the back, but Mackay's there.
Look, the entries haven't been great, but North's pressure's been good, and defensively they've been outstanding. Individually and as a team, Ben Mackay's having a great game, King.
This has been as more measured from the Kangaroos today on counterpunch. Not as hectic, not as haphazard.
Goldstein towards Zerha, elects to stay down. Murphy didn't quite get enough of a fist on the footy. Eventually, the boundary line helps him out.
5 intercept marks today for Ben Mackay. The back six looked so different with him down there. The experiment forward didn't work, but to regather your form so quickly is a positive down back.
2-1 for the term. The Kangaroos. Adams pumps the little legs. Puts the debutant Carmichael under pressure. McCreary, Adams, Dacos, Elliott. Much better from Collingwood.
Yeah, well, they won the stoppage for starters. Then they got on the move. They ran quickly. They built up by hands. And then Dacos again. Yeah, whenever that young man gets hold of the football, usually something good happens. It started off with that handball chain, just broke it open, and obviously causes North Melbourne confusion. They have to come forward. The defenders get out of whack. Needs to kick this goal now desperately.
10 goals for the season coming in today. Jamie and Elliott, 3 straight from this area. Make that 4 straight. Collingwood draw one back.
Yeah, one of the rare times since quarter time, Collingwood have been able to move the ball from defence to attack with any real success. North Melbourne's held up really well, but you see that. So, good punch there. I like the change up there by Darcy Cameron. Just smash it forward. Start changing things up because you haven't won today. Goldstein's been fantastic in there. Get the handball game going. That brings the defence out of whack.
This is the challenge now. It goes back to the centre bounce situation. Kangaroos have won all 4 centre bounce clearances of the third term. if they are to respond and get back into this game, 21 points, it can get eaten into pretty quickly if they can start winning some centre bounce clearances. Got to get some territory here, the Pies.
Saw what they did last week late against Gold Coast, King. They can score quickly, Collingwood.
Pendlebury's in there again. He's wrestling with Greenwood off the footy. Goldstein, there is the battle now. Greenwood sends it forward. Phoenix Spicer. Noble puts the pressure on. Spicer bounces it around. Davies-Uniacke plays around the footy. Intensity high.
Just a quick one down here, Howie. Jeremy Howar's just come off. He's in the hands of the doctors for a little while. He is sore. He is very, very sore in that rib area at the moment.
Yeah, it was a huge clash with Murphy Moons. Davies-Uniacke steps. He's been one of, if not North's best. Wedges it forward. Noble gets rid of Spicer.
It's a time where you put Pendlebury to Davies-Uniacke, King, or put someone. He's just having too much influence on the game.
Yeah, well, he's trying to get to him at the moment. He's going head-to-head with him. You can see them both going through the centre square now, working their way to the stoppage. So he is responsible for him around clearance and post-clearance, and then they separate, play their own game.
Carmichael.
Let's look at Todd Goldstein's reaction immediately post hit out. He's on the move. He's threatening the Collingwood bigs. He's charging forward. His first step's always an aggressive movement. It's Pendlebury there on Simpkin at this stoppage.
McDonald had a teammate run into him. It was Uniacke. Mason Cox shins it about 20 metres. Henry, great pickup. Core, didn't quite get him. Here's Carmichael in his first game of big league footy. Takes a bounce, sends it forward. Myercheck. Good entry.
Yeah. Well, that's the gap. We just saw Murphy at the other end and Howe have a huge clash. Lazaro makes a decision there that he doesn't want similar contact to what it was just witnessed at the other end. And they take a mark inside 50. Now, Lazaro has to go there. Unfortunately, that's your position, young man. You'll learn from that. Be better next time, but a nice mark inside 50 to Myercheck.
Just 2 disposals for Brodie so far. To make it 2 in a row for Collingwood shouldn't be a problem. Isn't it a problem at all? And Collingwood are working their way back into this now.
Yeah, they are working their way back in. It's on the back of some missed tackles by North Melbourne. The last 2 goals been caused by this. So look at that. Aidan Core, experienced player. That tackle needs to be laid. The previous goal where Jamie Elliott kicked the goal, missed tackle by Curtis, I think it was, back at half-back. So it's a simple game, football. You need to be able to hold these tackles. That's a bad mistake. Collingwood's out. They get the flow.
Pies are coming here. Last 5 minutes really strong. Been tougher around the ball.
It's a good kick, wasn't it?
Yeah, great
side,
kick.
I like that.
Yeah, first game, I thought his way through that situation really well.
7 disposals so far for the number 45, Josh Carmichael. So last 2 for Collingwood. Kicked 3 goals to 2 after trailing by 20 at half-time. It's going to be another clearance, though.
Davies-Uniacke again.
Again towards Zeeble. Try to tap it towards Phoenix Spicer. You see they like the ball in his hands. Inside 50 ball is errant.
Just think, yeah, a guy like Davies-Uniacke, clearly he's the main centre bounce player for North Melbourne. I just think he needs to be clamped, especially in those situations. I'm not sure Collingwood's doing enough work there to slow Davies-Uniacke's impact on the game, especially at centre bounce.
Josh Dacos overruns it. Lazaro doesn't. Powell. Goldstein. Powell. Looked up. Dropped the footy. Anderson. Wobbling kick down towards Curtis. Crisp. Brusco. Tracks it back. Steps inside. Cleans up nicely to Howe.
Mason Cox is free down the line.
Crisp, great kick on the 45. Carmichael, another possession. He's used it pretty well so far. This time it's spoiled away from him. Tries to get away from Greenwood. Pendlebury was held before he even had the footy. Works out, though, to Josh Dacos. Streams forward. 70 from home. Pierces it down towards Mason Cox. Henry was out the back. McCreery runs through. Brilliantly tackled. Good defensive work from the Kangaroos.
Is that Perez? Great chase down tackle.
So clever from Pendlebury on the wing here to just squirt that ball out while he was laying on the ground.
Elliott and Mychek, the last 2 goals for Collingwood. Cox looked to go off the ground. Davies-Uniacke fell on top of the footy. McCreery falls on top of him. Umpire will have to separate them.
Yeah, the slip saved him.
Cox to Pendlebury. Ginnivan. So the court hold the ball. Explain it, Kingy. What have you seen?
That's the one. The umpire, you can hear him clearly say, no, you ducked. And that's considered his prior opportunity. And from that moment forward, he's gone.
But how many other players in the comp would have been holding it too high there?
Well, he challenges the umpire to make a call.
Yep.
We can't then question the umpire's call.
Yep.
He gets as many as he gives. So I think that's great umpiring. Have a look here. He draws the free kick by lowering his height. Now, I think that's a free kick personally. I think there's some skill in that. But I'm happy that the umpire's sent it the other way.
Just remember too, the umpires are coached or advised throughout a game, so they do talk about things that are happening. They obviously would have been made aware of that at half-time. The Ginnivan's done it a couple of times in the first half. Be conscious of it.
Carmichael tries to burst his way through. Larkey delays the hand pass to Anderson. Important stage of the game this. Collingwood are coming. Can North hold? Howe's in best position. Went one-handed. Goldstein delayed the hand pass. Tricked everybody. Back towards Zeeble. Now Larkey's got 4 in the bag already. And he finds Lazaro.
Actually clever play by Goldstein. He could have just blazed away. And he almost held for too long. It was almost tackled. But they kept the ball alive with handball. And then good skill by Larkey. Again, not to blaze away. Just open his eyes. Lazaro was free.
Hasn't kicked a goal this season. Has 3.
I'm not confident.
In his career. Plays on, takes it off the kick. Can he get a mark inside 50? Goldstein's there, Zeeble. Hassles it forward. Zeeble out of the pack! The captain's goal to lift the Kangaroos again.
Just strong. He just stood there. They were hanging off him. And he just had the wherewithal to just take his time, think his way through it. Clever kick in the end. You see these fail more often than succeed. Good contest from Goldstein again. 2 tacklers there. And he's still able to get the kick away. Cometh the moment, cometh the man. Jack Zeeble. He's had a pretty good day, Jack. He's been involved in everything. Couple of goals. You need your leaders to stand up in games like this, in moments like this.
Back to 21 points, Cam Mooney.
Guys, just quickly, you mentioned Howe came off a little bit early, but he's back on the ground. But in that same contest was Murphy. He's actually gone down into the rooms just with the doctors at the moment. Haven't seen him for about 5 minutes, so just waiting to see if he comes back up and whether there's going to be a sub, mate.
He's the one that did look a bit dazed after that contest.
This is a belting at centre bounce clearance.
Anderson gets one across the shoulders. Zerha went a touch early. Maynard just cool and calm and collected down back.
Just little knee in the back of the head for Rusco.
Pendlebury wants to go through the middle of the MCG and does to Cameron. Simpkin does well for a small man to affect the spoil. Davies-Uniacke again. They're everywhere. The Kangaroos. Stevenson takes on Quainer, who gets his man. Good tackle, Quainer. Noble to Pendlebury. Oh, Cox has just dropped into a hole.
Staying to have an influence. Scott Pendlebury being able to find the football in the middle of the ground. Great kick.
Gee, that's a great kick from Pendlebury. I mean, that's what we're talking about with the experience of your leaders coming to the fore. Saw Zeeble kick a goal in an act of brilliance a moment ago, and then Scott Pendlebury, he just sees things others don't. Simpkin was stuck on Cox after affecting that spoil in the middle a moment ago.
Enjoys a goal and a celebration. Can we see one here from Cox? We won't. Hooks it.
What do you do if you're the Kangaroos here, Brown? Do you keep attacking, or do you go in a bit of chip around mode and kill some clock? Or
I actually liked in the late in the second when they just started to conserve the ball, just a bit more measured with their build-up. They're going quicker here.
Young, Coleman Jones Deep ball. Larkey again. He's dominating up forward for the Kangaroos, and he'll line up for number 5.
That worked. They moved the ball quickly.
Wow.
Very good. Good contested mark again by Larkey. He's having a fantastic day.
You just want to control the ball, Kingy. It means go fast, go slow, go slow. It just depends on what the game brings to you at that moment, but just control the ball from North Melbourne's point of view.
What I liked about that, Moons, was the fact that at least they're one-on-one ahead of the football. So you can move it quickly. They weren't outnumbered.
Larkey for a handful to take it back at 26 points. Nick Larkey's got 5. And the Kangaroos have got a big margin.
He kicked 6 earlier in the year against the West Coast Eagles. He kicked a 7 last year against Carlton. He is the most important player to any victory the Kangaroos are ever likely to have, Nick Larkey. You just see him work back to the goal square. He's got a smaller body in Howe. He engages him early. It's what I like, the quick push early. Doesn't allow Howe to set. Takes him off balance. It's just perfect body work.
And you know why he's getting rewarded now, King? Because he did the work in the first half. He got up the ground. He's able to get some uncontested marks. He even had an uncontested mark early in this quarter on the wing. So what that does is the defender has to come up a bit tighter onto your back, and then there's space behind. You can turn him around if your teammates are good enough to get on the flow of half-back, and you get rewarded.
Massive issues now for Collingwood. Davies-Uniacke, yet another centre clearance.
Put someone on him.
What a game he's playing out towards Larkey. Just kicked his 5th. Shrugs the Howe tackle. The confidence is up. Zerha to bring the Kangaroos fans to their feet from the pockets.
King, you're the stats man. Have you ever seen a player have 8 centre bounce clearances? Halfway through a third quarter. It's a
big
pretty
day.
high number, isn't it?
It's a big day.
Curtis, Howe, Oscar Elliott. Howe played it pretty well, but Zerha snaffles it, sends it back deep again. Larkey's in good position at the back of the pack. Late fist was timely. Noble sets a task, and it's Davies-Uniacke again. The man is everywhere.
He's a star. This bloke.
Round 2. The Kangaroos had a win against the Eagles.
He's going at 80% too with his disposal rate. It's pretty impressive for a midfielder that's under pressure.
Plays on. Sends it all the way to the square. Clean bowls everybody.
It shows his break. He's got great breakaway speed, so he can get out. He has time and space, King, to sort of settle himself and kick the ball well.
It's been 10 games where a father has coached against his son. The father is yet to win.
Whoa.
But coming in here today, I wasn't confident that would change, Howie.
Right.
9 wins and a draw. It's been.
So the Suns have got the job done.
Suns have got the job done. Big challenge here for John Noble to get this back on track.
Right, so John Noble's Luke Skywalker and his dad's Darth Vader at the moment. Quainer through the middle of the ground. Pendlebury. They won't go away, though. Collingwood looking for a 7th straight win. Chris, they've turned it over. Taylor.
It's sloppy, Collingwood.
Larkey's got a paddock in front of him. Too much time to think. Dragged down from behind by Nick Dacos.
Great run. That's great recovery from Nick Dacos. He was off in the offensive flow and corrected immediately. They're the sort of acts they need to flip the switch on their ball movement here.
Square at quarter time. North by 20 at half time. Out to 28 points. Elliott looking for Mason Cox. One-handed, fly from behind. Mackay claimed the mark.
Yeah, he paid it to himself, I think.
Yep.
Howie, good news down here. Murphy's back up and just sitting there on the bike. He's just done a couple of run-throughs, so we should see him in the last quarter, boys.
Beauty Moons. Lipinski.
Expect this week, Howie. Moons has gone very quiet on his mentor role with Nick Larkey. He's sort of been erratic in front of goal and hasn't been hitting. As you see the Nobles there, both got different challenges on their hands. I think you'll hear a bit this week when he's kicking 5.
You might get an interview.
Pendlebury's caught with the footy by Simpkin. Mason Cox swoops in. Not a term you normally use with a big fella. Josh Dacos, been one of Collingwood's best. Anderson Coming back the other way, Lipinski, important moments. Dacos slight further. Smothers Stevenson, did he get him high? Pendlebury tries to find a target and does in Carmichael.
Pendlebury again with those kicking skills starting to have an influence in this third quarter, especially around the football. Collingwood have been a bit fumbly today, King. They've been off in a lot of facets of their game. One of the areas is their fumbliness.
What a time to kick your first AFL goal. Carmichael plays on, gets it skinny.
You just feel that's the one they needed, Howie. They need something that's going to give them some energy to get them rolling. It would be great for the first gamer if he was able to slot one the next couple of minutes. Or the first couple of minutes of the fourth term, definitely.
Booze for Stevenson against his former side. Doesn't seem too bothered. Hugs the boundary line.
Thank you.
Looking forward to seeing what approach Craig McRae takes at three-quarter time.
Let's start with tightening up on Davies Uniacke, I reckon.
You've been hammering that point.
Just a bit of
Might have touched
feedback from you, mate.
Carmichael, Henry brought down by Bonner.
He's had some big one-on-one moments, Bonner, particularly in this quarter. That one again, maybe a free kick, maybe not, but geez, he's been solid.
That's it.
27-point margin to the Kangaroos. Davies Uniacke again, Brownie's man with another possession to Mason Cox.
What do you think they should do with him in the last, Brownie?
Plays on, they need a mark. Time continues to tick down. Big turn by the Kangaroos. They kick 4 goals to 3. And North Melbourne are 27 points up over the Pies at three-quarter time. Can that man secure a second win for the season?
7 centre bounce clearances. This is the part of the game they've got to fix up desperately. And Luke Davies Uniacke is the man that's absolutely destroying them in there.
LDU is dominated in this situation. Goldstein, Crisp, Adams. Bronx cheer from the Collingwood crowd as they get a clearance out of the middle. Shove forward. Here comes Hoskin Elliott. Hoskin Elliott, can he pick it up? He can, but he can't complete the goal.
Gee, Jayden Stevenson's very lucky that didn't cost the goal. I mean, he just had to be tougher over the ball that was bobbling towards the goal square.
Finally, they've got some territory here, Collingwood, King. Can they keep it locked in their front half?
Cameron Goldstein, how? Fists down towards Adams. Simpkin tries to ride the tackle. He's got an issue.
Yeah. Intensity's up with the Pies immediately in this start of the fourth quarter.
Collingwood hit the scoreboard early. A lot of work to be done. 25-point margin. Adams with a centering ball. At the back is Elliott. Should kick the goal and will lift the Pie fans. Elliott's got a couple.
Yeah, well done. Repeat entry there. So we didn't see any of this in their third quarter, where Collingwood were absolutely dominated territory-wise, especially from centre bounce. This time they win centre bounce through Taylor Adams. They were able to turn the ball back over. Howe was really aggressive with his positioning. He came up to create a big spoil there. They were able to quickly get back inside 50. And then the North Melbourne defenders are under pressure. Good finish by Elliott.
I understand they've been under pressure all year, the back six, conceding north of 60 inside 50s most weeks, but only 38 today. Could be more organised than that. Ben Mackay's been brilliant. Bonner just lost the handle there on Jamie Elliott. And he's the spark. He's the one who can kick goals in a hurry, Jamie Elliott.
That's why repeat entries, though, are hard, aren't they? Because you can get unorganised as a defence.
Pendlebury in the middle again. Cameron, Greenwood. Side bottom arrive, as does Noble. Crisp. Here comes Collingwood. Got a bit of a lift with that Elliott goal. Sends it forward. Here is Elliott again. Bonner played it really well. He's had a good afternoon.
Yeah, I think he's played well. A few times those leading situations has been able to get a spoil in Bonner.
Just wonder where the Kangaroos right now, great spoil here. Flat out lead from Elliott. wonder whether it's time to just put Jack Siebel behind the ball for 5 minutes to settle things down at the start of the fourth.
David King, Jonathan Brown, Sarah Jones and Cam Mooney. Saturday afternoon football on Fox. Wobbled forward, might work out. Here come the runners now. McCreery, 2 in a row for Collingwood. Game on at the MCG.
It's amazing. All of a sudden, winning contest and clearance, Collingwood, or winning clearance. So now you get your forward territory. They won the last 2 centre bounces. They win this again. They'll just force it forward, put North Melbourne under pressure. The defenders will just keep forcing the ball forward through quick kicks, chaotic kicks, and then your players can run onto it. Good finish there by McCreery. This is always going to be the problem for Collingwood. When they were losing clearance, giving territory to North Melbourne, they were going to struggle. But now they're getting back into the game.
2 moments that Jaden Stevenson would want over again at the start of the fourth. Big 5 minutes this. Pies have responded to a 3/4 time chat with the coach.
This streak of Collingwood's of 6 wins, Brownie. There's been some tight ones in there.
4 by less than 11 points. They've won them all. So that's the reason why they're in top 4 contention.
All-important clearance. Pendlebury, Greenwood, Crisp, Simpkin, Davies-Uniacke again. Evades the man from behind, Taylor.
Jones is screaming forward inside 50.
Taylor happy to just wait. Powell. Zerha. Here comes the important possession in the hands of the right man. Larkey's deep with 5 under his belt. That's the way they go now. Larkey fisted away from behind, went to ground. Zeeble tries to just power his way through the pack. Cameron, reverse spiral, hacked out of defence. Perez fists it forward. Big moments. Taylor, Powell, Simpkin. Sees Zeeble in the pocket. Goes to ground, picks it up beautifully. Goes across to Coleman Jones. Coleman Jones from the pockets. Important now, Noble. He runs into a wall of Kangaroos. Pressure moments in this game.
An unbelievable goal by Coleman Jones. If he kicked that, great play by Jack Siebel. He's been good on return today, Jack Siebel.
Noble did well to get over the line.
Yeah.
He was dead to rights.
Pendlebury runs full distance. Gets it to centre wing. Perez, it'll come back the other way though. Zeeble, Howe, had the mark and bounced off Maynard's head. Nick Dacos thinks his way through it to Pendlebury. A little bit too much on the hand pass.
Howie just quickly down here. Jaden Stevenson's just come off and looks really sore at the moment. He's just gone down with the doctors at the moment to check out that. I'll just keep an eye on it, but it does look really sore.
Marnie, Hanks Moons is the sub for the Kangaroos. T. Brown for the Pies. Neither activated so far. Goldstein, he's kicked a couple of goals. Davies-Uniacke, another possession. Wobbles a floater inside 50. Howe stands up.
That's so good. That was a problem coming in. It was wobbling all over the place, and Howe just said, no, I'll make it mine.
He's been influential in this last quarter so far, Howe.
Josh Dacos sees a couple of options down the line. Mackay's been right up there for the Kangaroos. McCreery with the last. Here comes Collingwood, crowd lifting. McCreery takes a bounce. He's got Elliott short, goes that way now. Too much. Bonner drops a mark he should have taken. Let off for the Kangas. Bonner looks proppy, yeah. He was cramping about 5 minutes ago. Someone needs to bend those toes back for him, Kingy.
He's desperate.
I'd hit it to his man. That's what I'm thinking.
Jamie Elliott on the move here.
Yeah.
There is Elliott. Ducks, dives, gets a tackle.
How's that from Davies-Uniacke? He knew his man was in trouble, so he actually went over there and stood on Elliott. Great team player, Davies-Uniacke.
Looked like Marnie was getting the GPS strapped into the back of the jumper. Lipinski grabbed it out of mid-air. Players come from everywhere. Massive moments in the game. Taylor misses Powell. Pendlebury through the head back. Still they come, Collingwood.
It's the Ginnivan rule. He just dropped his body height there, Pendlebury, and the umpire called play on.
You are allowed to do that. I mean, OK, you mightn't like it, but if it's there, it's a free kick.
Cameron Gets into a bit of space. Greenwood evades Nick Dacos and Josh Dacos. They pile on the brothers.
I don't think we should be encouraging. I think it's not so much against their subs being made there. Jaden Stevenson is saw Marnie to come on in his replacement. Not so much in the spirit of the game. I just don't want players ducking ahead.
Josh Dacos, Nick Dacos from the pocket. What a star this young man is! Brother to brother through the middle. Collingwood have kicked the opening three, and it's back to an 8-point margin.
He may well be the best first-year player we've seen. He's been amazing, and his involvement at the right time, is that a free kick or not, you make your own decision, but this finish, it has to be seen to be believed. I mean, he's charging towards the paint, brother to brother, takes his time. Oh, it's in the blood.
It's unbelievable. It's great to see. Great to be here to witness it. Absolute star. Very rarely you see a young player in his first year have an impact like this. Saw Chris Judd kick 5 in the first half against the Lions one day. Saw that firsthand, King, playing midfield. I think in his first year. I'll tell you what, this man's season's rivaling that.
What's happening differently, Kingy? 3 in a row for the Pies. Is it all about the clearance?
Winning contest. They're winning their own ball now. They're on a roll here.
Simpkin trying to send it back the other way. The Kangaroos still got the belief. Lazaro, Noble, Zerha, Maynard, Noble, Josh Dacos. Crowd well and truly invested now. It's an aggressive ball to Crisp. Now Rusco sees side bottom on the outer wing.
Really running and spreading now, the Collingwood players.
Steps back inside Scott, side bottom. Takes a little sneaky, cheeky bounce. Loads it up inside 50. And it is that man, Mackay, who's been outstanding in defence.
On the side bottom, good vision. He had Jamie Elliott leading straight up the middle of the 50. Absolutely missed him there.
So now's when you need your leaders. Now I think you've got to give Jack Ziebell the opportunity to be captain. Put him around the ball, put him behind the ball. Right now, he's on the phone to the coaches upstairs. I think they need him. Game slipping, Collingwood charging at them.
Ginnivan 2 goals in the first. Been quiet since. Keep an eye out for that man. Seems to step up when required. McDonald. Simpkin wobbles it towards centre wing. Maynard, Zerha, a couple of tough men out the back to Howe. He's lifted in the second half. Gutsy kick to Pendlebury, absolutely perfect. Pendlebury props, stops, goes now, gets on the right. Sends it deep. Mychek's at the back. Mackay stands up again.
7 intercept marks.
Yeah.
It's been fantastic.
What a game he's playing.
Yeah, Mychek's had a tough day, only 3 touches.
Kangaroos whip it out towards centre wing. Lazaro looking for the steadier. I don't know how he got rid of that. Maynard, but Howe sees it safely out of bounds.
Going to get Davies Uniacke back on the ground, and Jack Ziebell as well, sitting on the bench at the moment.
So Marnie's coming on the sub, as Moons told us. And Stevenson subbed out of the game. Cox taps it down in his own direction. Nick Dacos, Anderson, Pendlebury with the tackle. Taylor caught from behind. Powell, Simpkin, Perez tries to step around and tackle it. Powell goes off the ground. Might get a second crack at it. Noble comes the other way. Great game of footy.
Great to witness. Yeah, North Melbourne have been fantastic all day, but now Collingwood getting momentum. So just need to be able to hold here, North. Under pressure, can they make the right decisions? Starts off winning clearance.
Maynard with strength. Touch ball, Mychek. Needs to get rid of it. Play on. Didn't hear the call.
Yeah. He's having that sort of day, Mychek. Clearances are huge. I mean, this game has swung on clearances.
Cox taps it towards space. Adams runs onto it. He was aware of what was going on.
Oh.
Mackay run into solidly from Mychek. Good bump. Now Greenwood. Pressure at its absolute max. McDonald Out towards Taylor. Can't step McCreary, who barrels him into the turf.
That's a great example of Collingwood lifting around the contest. Their follow-up and their chase from contest to contest was magnificent there by McCreary and by Nick Dacos. Fantastic. They're just starting to get more numbers to the contest.
McCreary. Floating across as Henry Elliott's dangerous. Dishes off by hand. Carmichael, interesting hand pass.
Should have kicked it himself, Elliott. He was in the clear, probably wasn't aware. He had more time and space. This is fantastic.
Well, that's a rib breaker. Absolute belter.
And North just starting to tire. King, it certainly looks like that. Collingwood, whether it be through adrenaline, more crowd energy, they're just moving across from contest to contest far better.
Mason Cox, Larkey, kick 5 to Curtis. You hear the umpire saying pay it if it makes the boundary, and it does.
To be honest, Brownie, they look out on their legs a little bit North at the moment because they are doing all the chasing, all the defending at the moment, which, as we know, just takes it out of you.
Zeeble back on, Moons.
I'm with you. I'd put him down back, mate. They need someone strong down there at the moment.
Cox with a big contested mark. Plays on, does Mason. Goes towards Elliott. Really well played by McDonald. Had a good day. Ducking his head. McCreary gets him again.
Jeez,
almost
on fire.
Gordon Tallis. Drag him over the boundary line.
Brett Ochen.
His tackling has been ferocious. Look at this. Bang. Rip. Drag.
Love it.
North's best score of the season. Previous best was 75, but is it enough to snag that second win? You need to score another goal at least, you'd imagine. Taylor, Lipinski, Hoskin Elliott finds a bit of space, wobbles it towards goal, and that man Mackay again. We've talked about Dave's Uniac. What about his performance down back?
Well, the ball's following him. It might be a good time to send him to full forward, Howie. But he's been a rock down there today. This is the problem, getting the ball out of this defensive 50 here. The Pies have been awesome, gridlocking.
Marnie on for Stevenson. Front centre is crisp. To Carmichael. Steele side bottom. Ignores the hand pass to Dacos and hits Myercheck. And this is an enormous kick now.
You just feel like the damn wall has burst here. Collingwood running riot. Challenge now to the North Melbourne coaches box. What are you going to do to stem the flow? Stop the bleeding. Pies are playing some scintillating footy, outnumbering everywhere.
From the pocket, it's a long-range snap. Doesn't get enough bend on the ball. Myercheck, he's had a tough day. But they are within one straight kick.
I think you've got to be careful now kicking long contest North Melbourne. So Collingwood are starting to get more numbers to each contest. They need to break it up with uncontested marks now like this, just to try and conserve, or take some time off the clock, conserve some energy, because at the moment Collingwood is setting up too well for that longer ball.
John O'Brien, David King, Sarah Jones and Cam Mooney. Saturday afternoon footy on Fox.
This is smart. This is good play.
Got it to Powell.
Just take some speed out of the game.
Puts him under pressure.
Don't do that.
Collingwood are pressing. Quainer comes back with speed in the other direction. Scott tackled.
It's easier said than done, but you can't invite pressure by handballing unless that player you're handballing to has time and space to make a good decision and execute.
It was North by 26 at the three-quarter time break. 3 goals to zip this term. It's back to a 1-goal game.
Well, it's a team that doesn't know how to lose versus a team that doesn't know how to win right now. And you can just see Collingwood thinking positively. Every action is a winner. Charge, support, overlap. They're running absolute ragged through the midfield here.
Side bottom, working hard on the outer wing. Fish from Goldstein away from Cameron. Falls to Davis Uniac. Doesn't get full purchase on the kick. Adams by hand. Side bottom does well to Murphy. Big contest with him early on. Henry brings it to ground, gets out the back. Henry had a quiet day. Core just barrels straight into him.
Well done, left his man, left his opponent, charged just to make a contest and stuck the tackle. Had to be made, had to be laid, had to keep the ball in.
Collingwood continuing to press. Simpkin through it.
The amount of opportunities Collingwood are getting through their tackle pressure, it's been unbelievable this last fourth term.
They may have been reminded about that at three-quarter time, King. 23-11 the tackle count in the third quarter in North Melbourne's favour. So certainly a poor effort by the Pies. They may have been reminded by the coaching staff three-quarter. They've arrested that now. 12-5 the tackle count this quarter.
7 goals for the season from Lipinski. It's a long way from home. Drifts to the right, shins it forward, shanks it straight out of bounds on the full.
19-10, sorry. That's a high number, King. We're only just past halfway of the quarter. It's a massive amount.
So not out on the full, so it'll be tossed back in. Not a bad result in the end for the Pies. Goldstein, Cameron, both engaged. Elliott throws himself over the footy, bodies everywhere around it.
We've seen these pressure levels from Collingwood at stages throughout the season. Remember that game against Fremantle over in Perth weeks ago, which started their streak? They tackled them into submission.
Lipinski, Josh Dacos drifts it back to Adams. Wobbled forward, Cameron! This to tie it up at the MCG.
The Dacos boys are everywhere. They are everywhere. They're creating scores, they're creating overlap run. Josh has had 5 in this final term. We saw the big goal from Nick earlier.
Kicked a couple of goals, had a big game. Here's Darcy Cameron. $26 points down at three-quarter time. Cameron for number 3. All square at the MCG. 4 in a row now for Collingwood.
Oh, they're hard to slow down, especially in front of their home crowd. They've definitely got momentum now. You wonder whether North Melbourne have wilted under the pressure of Collingwood. They're definitely tiring. Their tackling pressure has been enormous in this last quarter. And they're winning clearances. 9-5 now in this quarter. They'll dominate in that third quarter round clearance, but they've lifted in this area of the game. Good mark there. Good finish by Cameron. North Melbourne desperately need to get back to what happened in the third quarter. They need Davies-Uniacke to get another centre bounce clearance, start to get some territory.
It is hard to reset as a player at the moment. You've lost a handle on the game, but if you said to them it'll be 80 points all with 8 minutes to go at the start of the day, they take this. They take this opportunity. That's the space you've got to live in. But
Collingwood have kicked 6 of the last 8, and they're starting to get clearances, which they haven't had all day. Cameron, Ginnivan, Young, spills to Scott. Goldstein takes his time. He's the main man, Davies-Uniacke, fell at the wrong time.
Unbelievable.
Pressure comes from everywhere. McCreary's been a machine with the tackles this term.
He has been a machine. You're spot on, Howie. His energy and his speed to get there and make a pressure or to make a tackle has been outstanding.
7 tackles for the day from McCreary. Pressure 220, which is well above the AFL average in this final term for the Pies. You can feel it.
It'll land about 25 from home. Myercheck, Scott forced to kick under pressure. Noble bounces straight into his arms perfectly. Fashions the ball into the pocket. Bounces before Elliott, stays in play. Wobble ball forward, bouncing all the way! Touched on the line is the call. Core came back at the last moment. It's off the boot of Carmichael.
One of the great goals in the first game as goals.
Would have thought a review might have been appropriate.
It was a confident call, Kingy.
Yeah.
1 point lead to Collingwood. Who can stand up for the Kangaroos? Goldstein runs to the bench. Coleman Jones will come on.
Here it is now. Oh, geez, it was neck and neck. The umpire was confident. He wanted to hold the game.
McDonald with a high ball towards the attacking 50. And look at that man, Howe.
He's been good this quarter, Howie. He's been very aggressive with his position.
Good work by the Kangaroos, McDonald.
Just wonder if they're brave enough now to go back to that corridor play. To live the risk of the corridor. That's where they were so brilliant early in that second term.
Taylor chips it forward into a hole. Davies-Uniacke has been absolutely superb today. Looking for the mark inside 50. The Kangaroos. Pendlebury at the back of the pack. Of course it is. Immediately releases it. Price fans want them to move the ball quickly. Hoskin Elliott, side bottom. He's got Noble further down the line. Elects to use him.
It's a good kick because it draws Ben Mackay to the mark. So now they get the matchups they want behind the ball.
Yeah, and they were set up well, North Melbourne, but that kick has pulled them apart.
Noble in on the 45. Hoskin Elliott sends it forward. Lipinski, Scott, Elliott comes out with aggression towards the footy. Wants to look towards Dacos. And a timely spoil by Marnie.
Jamie Elliott's had good energy this quarter as well. It's amazing as when your team gets on top as a forward line, you all of a sudden got that energy to lead, repeat lead. Obviously tackle like McCreary has done.
Mychek slipped. Ball comes out. Watch out for Ginnivan. It was all square at quarter time. North by 20 at half time. 26-point leaders at three-quarter time. Collingwood have kicked 4 straight. 6 of the last 8 to lead it by a point. Mychek in the ruck. Grabs it out. Just tries to bullock his way through. No gaps there.
Adams is the one. He's the one that around the clearances has started winning his own ball. And that's been the correction. 11-5, the clearances in favour of Collingwood this term.
Coleman Jones. Mychek, Carmichael. Brownie said their Pies have won 4 of the last 6 by 11 points or less in their streak. Anderson, side bottom. You'd be happy if you're a Pie to see it in this man's hands. If you're a Kanga, nervous moments.
It's been set up by territory in this final term. The territory has been set up by winning clearances. So Collingwood have been able to finally win clearances, get the territory, then those repeat stoppage situations. Even if North Melbourne win it, it's a quick kick out, and Collingwood are well set up.
Side bottom from right on 50. Makes good contact. Side bottom drives it home. 5 in a row for Collingwood. The North are under all sorts now. 7 down, 3.5 to go.
He's had a day. I mean, 2 goals from a wingman is a huge afternoon. 15 disposals. They get low numbers, wingmen. They don't get the 30s anymore. So you've got to value what they do, getting back to support their defensive 6 and then getting forward. So 5 inside 50s, 2 goals, but he's been there when they've needed him. And the positioning to outsmart Marnie on that occasion just shows why this guy's a Collingwood Hall of Famer.
Leading possession winner in the last quarter, King. So when the heat comes on in the game, when the energy is required, he's out there still running strongly. Collingwood now up to 5th on the live ladder. Equal top 4. It's winning those close games. That's the reason their ladder position is where it is. And
Need Davis Uniac to get another clearance here if possible. Simpkin, it's all with Collingwood at the moment. Scott, Lipinski, Collingwood looking for the knockout blow. Hoskin Elliott, Ginnivan, head ripped off by Core.
Yeah. And you've got to pay it. I mean, there's no point Aiden Core getting angry about it. You know his move. You've got to be ready for it. You take his earlobes off and it's a free kick, regardless of whether the player's ducked or not.
18th high tackle of the season for Ginnivan.
According to the goals, he's ambitious from 65.
Well, if he barrels it up here, it'll light the place up. He's saying to the umpire, I'm having a shot. Sends it into the pocket. Massive pack of players. Elliott's dangerous out the back. Hoskin Elliott as well. McCreary! That should just about do it, but he's missed.
Hoskin Elliott's been important, as is that man McCreary in the last quarter.
Still plenty of time for the Kangas.
Well, they've got to go. 2.5 minutes. Corridor suits them. That's the way they want to play. Now's not the time for safe play.
And 2 goals to Roos. Simpkin goes the boundary line ball. Not the kick that they were prepared to take earlier on when they were going inside on the 45. Crisp, stripped of the football. Maynard. Dacos. Really well won by Taylor. Can they get something off the wing? Zerha. Good pressure from Collingwood. They're swamping them with numbers.
Two minutes to go. Got to take risks. Goldstein coming in for the ruck work. Pies just want to keep it in close. They want to just take another 30 seconds off the clock. Club rule, so they get a chance to set up.
Yeah, well, now it's all out. Obviously you need to win clearance, which they haven't been able to do in this quarter, King, North Melbourne. So Davis Uniac's been the man, but he needs some help around there as well. Simpkins going off, so he won't be there. But take the game on and get it into the corridor as quickly as possible. Run and gun with handball if you can. Try and handball chain out of there.
Greenwood hoping for something down the wing. Pies will be happy with the line. North need to keep it in. They can't. Fast now, 1:40 on the clock.
Got a problem here. Took a hit there, Adams.
Might have hit his head on the ground here, Kingy.
Yeah.
I'll just quickly grab him off.
He's in a bad way.
Oh, he
Hit his knee.
Hit Zerha's knee.
So we always see of Adams. Hopefully he's okay. Anderson goes inboard with the kick. Courageous mark. Zerha needs to move it. Knows he needs to move it and does. Goes towards the pocket. Larky's kicked 5. He can't get a handle on this, but they're in attack, the Kangas. Haven't kicked a goal for the term. North Melbourne. They've just registered 1 point.
Kai snuck forward.
Todd's just got to smash this to space. Repeat stoppages favour the Pies.
35-1 this turn on the scoreboard the way of Collingwood.
Not sure why he's keeping it in tight. Goldstein won the last 2 hits. Smart from Dacos there. Take time off the clock.
This time he gets it out wide to Zerha. Fashions the ball forward. Throwing himself in his Murphy and a couple of his mates. 7-point game. Clean possession here and they're almost home, the Pies. Mason Cox delivers it. And he will take as much time as he can. Good contested mark from the big boy.
Taking 5 today. I think 4 in the second half.
Out the back of the pack. Anderson to the contest. Goldstein can't bring it to ground. Through the hands of Taylor. Josh Dacos.
But a lot of Collingwood players getting high where they just lower their body height, Kingy, and it's either a high free kick or play on. But
this is some sort of win.
great win.
Out on their feet all day. Found a way and challenged most.
Davies-Uniacke. Final chance for the Kangaroos. Zerha tracks it back with Larkey. Powell. Larkey for number 6. Play on's the call. Collingwood. A wonderful win from nowhere. Heartbreak for the Kangaroos. 5-0 in the final term, and the Pies pinch it.
Well done to the Pies.